Hello, welcome to class. So in this video we'll be learning how to make waterproof acrylic clutch 2.0 in an updated version. So we've done the first the front part. Just gonna open it up for you to see a little bit. Okay, so prior to the first video sent, this is an updated method. Okay, I'm going to show you the process in a bit. So I can't open it fully because I had covered this place with sellotape. I didn't use paper tape this time because I ran out of paper tape, but this is the white sellotape. So yeah, this is where we are right now. Okay, so let me just fold this back. So there are still some few similar things we did in the first video. For example, I remember telling you not to use the red tapeter to make this. This is what you're going to use. This is called chi board. Chi board, CHIBOARD, chi board. So it is the chi board that is between these fabrics. Okay, do you get that? It is sturdy this way. It is more reliable than using the tapeter. So I'm going to put it aside since we've already done this. You know how to make this already. Okay, so let's get closer. So right now I'm working on two clutches. So remember, you're supposed to protect the silverware inside. You can see this sellotape is inside, sellotape is covered here, sellotape is covering here. Okay, then you have your hardener, the resin 2:1. Okay, you have your glitters, right? What would we do without our glitter? My handmade measuring cup and my handmade measuring bowl, right? Oh yes, I left out the this one. So this is what we're mixing with, to mix the mixture. Don't forget your spoon, to pour just in case you need something larger to, move it. Then you need to protect your hands with this, is it non-surgical gloves? Yeah, just, what this is, so, yes. For protective purposes, you should be doing this in a very, air ventilated place, probably very close to an open door or open windows. All right, because of the fumes that the chemical produce when you're mixing. So this is a nose cover to also go the extra mile to protect you from inhaling the fumes. The fumes can actually cause some long health related issues, and we don't want that. Okay, so I'm making this very clear in this video for you to protect yourself, during this process. All right, let's put the clutches aside for now, because we want to mix right now. I want to measure and okay. Now I'm going to be pouring the rest in. Okay, at one full, right, and I'm going to pour. So you can see, I'm going to use this stick to, push out any extras left inside, just to give an accurate measurement, you know. Now, since it is a 2 ratio, I'm going to pour it the second time. Okay. Pour into my bowl. Like I said in the former video, you can use a silicone cup for this. But the silicone cups end up, after a few usage, at least have issues with them. This is much better. I can use this a few times unless I do something that has color. Okay, so that is 2. And we have Adna for the 1. So you're gonna pour the 1. So you can notice that the Adna has less density. It's not as thick. Not as thick as the resin. The Adna is much lighter. Okay. Okay. So once that is done, we're going to give it a few, turnarounds. Yeah. But don't mix for long. Just mix to make sure that all the corners, the resin, the Adna rather, has gotten to the bottom and all the corners of the mixing bowl, so that the chemicals can react together properly. Okay. So once that is done, just going to leave it and let it bond. So as you can see, it looks foggy right now. Maybe you can see it, but it looks quite foggy. So once the chemical, does its magic, once it bonds, it becomes clearer to the view. Okay. Yeah, it is much easier to mix now, and it is much clearer, like much more clearer. Okay, so now we're going to put in the glitter. So I'm adding the glitter at my own discretion, so you can do so. You can put as much as you want and as little as you want, right? So, but I prefer putting a little at a time. Check if it's okay, then add another little. Check if it's okay, than pouring a lot at once and regretting it. That's happened to me before, talking from experience. I'm just going to have a little bit. Because I want it to sparkle. Yeah. Now for the next stage, the next stage, I'm going to remove the gloves and wrap it around the bowl. I need easy access, and I don't want the gloves. The gloves already have the chemicals. Okay. I don't want it to stain. Stain the clutch. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn the clutch and then pour, just like we did in the other video. So I'm just going to bend the bowl a little bit to have a pointed edge. Then I'm going to pour. I need a rag standby, just in case of any spill. So when I'm pouring, I'm going to start pouring from the edge, then I'll manipulate it to roll downwards to the rest of the clutch. So I'm going to pour from the edge. Okay. Then, see the way I'm doing that? For it to spread. Okay, can you see that? Now that that's, faded in everywhere, like that's touched everywhere, I'm going to pick up the second one and then pour from the edge. Then yeah, let it touch everywhere. So after doing that, we still have extra, and that is where the cup comes in. Okay, so it's the spoon, rather, that's where the spoon comes in. You need to take a scoop of chemical, then pour. Okay, take another scoop, then pour into the I'm going to do that till the chemical, runs out from the bowl. Okay. Now, the next step is now this is an updated method that actually gives me a better result, and I want to show you what that is. So the parts that you want for it to display like this, it is two sides. One is going to be obvious, the other is going to be inside. The part that you want to be, obvious, you're going to take a piece of foam like this, dab it into chemical residue left in the bowl, and then tap tap tap, spread on this surface. It really makes my work easier. So I'm going to show you how in a few. So now, okay, we're going to make sure you spread to all the corners. Don't be shy. Let me bring up my hand up a bit. So I'm just using the foam to, scoop. So now we're going to be placing directly on the chemical, right? We're not letting it dry. At this point, immediately we are putting the fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to place like this, let it sit. Okay, then you push down. Now you're pushing down gently on the corners. They're now tapping for it to sit on the chemical. And because the fabric already has a little bit that's been coated with a layer of that chemical, it is easy for it to get settled in. All right, so once you're doing this, bubbles will be forming underneath, and we have to make sure that we eliminate any form of bubble. Now this is the base, right, of this is where people can see. So when you see any bubble, probably there's a bubble here, you press the fabric and push it towards the edge of the clutch. Okay, so that way the hair that is trapped there would come out. Okay, so once you get to this stage, then you allow it to dry for about 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours. So we're going to leave it to dry now and come back in the next 2 hours. Okay, and please make sure you place on a flat surface, a very flat surface. So now it's been 3 hours, and this is how you know it is ready for the second coating. Once you touch it, it's solid and it's not moving around like it was at the beginning. So you make another mixture with your glitter and pour spread, then place on a flat surface. This one too is ready, and also you can see I can move it without it, you know, moving about. So I can, but it's not dried 100%, but you know, it's the second ready for the second layer like this. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.